Welcome back to Three Times a Victim by Bruce Whealton. I'm Sarah with Marcus. Last episode, we witnessed Bruce's arrest, interrogation, and the devastating moment when he became a prisoner instead of a protected victim. Today, we continue his journey through chapters 12 to 14, exploring his time in protective custody and what happened after his release.
In Chapter 12, From General Population to Protective Custody, Bruce faces his darkest hours in jail. Despite the overwhelming evidence of his innocence, he refuses any suggestion of psychiatric evaluation or mental health defense. As he writes, "I refuse to succumb to her manipulative tactics and never wavered in my claims of being mentally sound and guiltless."
Bruce suffers severe anxiety and panic attacks in jail, which staff largely ignore. He describes losing everything precious to him. "My precious memories in the form of photographs and letters from those I loved were now lost forever." After 2 or 3 months, he's transferred to protective custody, though he's not entirely clear why.
In protective custody, Bruce encounters inmates with serious crimes and experiences a moment of human connection with Lulu, a transgender inmate. This relationship highlights Bruce's profound isolation and desperate need for any form of compassion. Yet even in this brief connection, he recognizes there was no changing the fact that I was trapped in this hellish place with no end in sight.
What's particularly heartbreaking is Bruce's complete abandonment by his family during this crisis. He writes, "Never did I feel the sense that I had a family that was in any way concerned with my circumstances, nor did they seem to care about my chances for a normal life later." This abandonment compounds his trauma in unimaginable ways.
Chapter 13 brings us to Bruce's release in May 2005. But freedom doesn't mean relief. Bruce steps out of jail, wearing only the dark green shirt, shorts, and socks I had on the night Anna attacked me. These were the same clothes, still stained with my own dried blood. Imagine carrying that physical reminder of your victimization as you enter homelessness.
Bruce's anger toward his lawyer becomes evident as he realizes crucial evidence was mishandled. The bloody clothes that would have proven his innocence were never properly preserved. He had 7 months to secure the clothes, to preserve them as evidence. He had failed me. Everyone had failed me.
Homelessness becomes Bruce's new reality. He survives through shelters, sleeping on streets, and hiding in Duke University libraries during the day. Some days I couldn't even get a shower or shave. I felt like my humiliation was written across my face for the world to see. To escape, I started spending my days at Duke University's libraries, hiding among the students.
Bruce connects his current abandonment to lifelong family dysfunction, including a devastating rupture when he reported his brother for child abuse. As he explains, "I made the call, Child Protective Services, because that's what you do. But to my family, I became something else entirely. And just like that, I was cut off."
His family's betrayal cuts deep. I was left to rot, not because they couldn't help, but because they chose not to. This abandonment during his most vulnerable time reflects patterns of toxic family dynamics that have plagued Bruce throughout his life.
Chapter 14 introduces yet another nightmare, another unexpected criminal matter. While homeless, Bruce is stopped by police for a warrant related to felony credit card fraud. This charge stems from a $15 web domain payment that his former friend Kathy had authorized but later disputed when charged to her card.
Bruce is arrested again and spends another month in jail for what should have been a simple misunderstanding. His public defender shows the same indifference he's experienced throughout the system. A competent lawyer, one who actually cared, would have had this dismissed immediately. Instead, my public defender took the path of least resistance, pushing me through a legal system that wasn't about justice, only efficiency.
What strikes me about these chapters is the relentless nature of Bruce's suffering. Just when you think things couldn't get worse, another layer of injustice is added. The system that should protect victims continues to punish him, while those who should provide support, family, lawyers, social services, all fail him.
The psychological impact is devastating. Bruce experiences what he calls toxic shame, not just shame about what happened to him, but shame about how everyone treated him afterward. He's not just dealing with trauma from Anna's attack, but from being continuously re-victimized by every system meant to help him.
Bruce's experience in protective custody, while safer physically, exposes him to the harsh realities of the criminal justice system. His connection with Lulu demonstrates his humanity and need for compassion, even in the darkest circumstances. It shows that beneath all the trauma, Bruce maintains his capacity for empathy and human connection.
The homelessness that follows his release adds another layer to his victimization. He's not just homeless. He's homeless while carrying the stigma of false accusations, wearing clothes stained with his own blood from the attack, and abandoned by everyone who should have supported him.
The additional criminal charge for $15 demonstrates how the system can criminalize poverty and misunderstanding. What should have been resolved with a simple conversation becomes another month in jail for someone already traumatized by false imprisonment.
These chapters show us how quickly someone can fall through society's safety nets when multiple systems fail simultaneously. Bruce goes from being a trauma therapist helping others to experiencing homelessness, false imprisonment, and complete social isolation, all because he was the victim of a violent crime.
What's remarkable is Bruce's continued resistance to false narratives about his mental health or guilt. Despite overwhelming pressure and multiple institutions failing him, he maintains his truth. This strength, even in the darkest moments, shows the resilience that will eventually help him survive and tell this story.
Join us next time as we continue with chapters 15 and 16, where Bruce experiences a brief moment of solace before being thrust back into the cold, and where we'll witness the ultimate injustice, a plea deal forced upon the victim himself.
This has been Sarah and Marcus discussing 3 Times a Victim by Bruce Whealton. Thank you for listening, and remember, Bruce's story reminds us that victims deserve justice, compassion, and support, not further victimization by the systems meant to protect them.